All praises to Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi, Bahasham, Rakahakodash. Next, I want to give double honors to the apostles, the bishops, and the elders at Great Millstone who rule well. Peace and salutations unto the Lord's elect. To my left here on End Time Headlines, Cash Patel says Trump team to release UFO files soon. Jude 1 and verse 14. And Enoch also, the seventh from Adam, prophesied of these, saying, Behold, Yahawah, Bahasham Yahawashi, cometh with 10,000s of his saints. And they occupy those so-called UFOs. Those are the angels of the Lord. Not little green men or reptiles, man. You devils are going to get enough of blaspheming the Lord, man. Y'all are going to get enough. Y'all are going to get enough. And there was given unto him a mouth speaking great things and blasphemies. And power was given unto him to continue 42 months. And he opened his mouth and blasphemed against Yahawah, Bahasham Yahawashi, to blaspheme his name. The Heavenly Father's name is Yahawah. His only begotten Son's name is Yahawashi. And his tabernacle, the children of Israel, y'all have stolen our heritage and claiming our heritage. And them that dwell in heaven, they tell you that it's so-called little green reptiles flying these so-called UFOs. Those are the angels, man. Y'all are going to get enough. Y'all are going to get enough, man. And this is why they're coming. And this is exactly why they're coming. Bear with me. Let's get it. So according to the facts of the scriptures, Isaiah 47 and verse 6, I was wroth with my people. I have polluted mine inheritance and given them into thine hand. Thou didst show them no mercy. Upon the ancient hast thou very heavily laid thy yoke. And thou saidst, I shall be a lady forever. So that thou didst not lay these things to thy heart. Neither didst remember the latter end of it. That's verse 7. You see, we're at your latter end. The so-called UFOs, those are the angels of the Lord. And he's coming to redeem his people, the nation of Israel, starting with the elect. According to the facts of the scriptures, Isaiah 47 and verse 6 is the divine indictment against the daughter of Babylon, that's America, for exceeding her authority and punishing the 12 tribes of Israel. The scriptures prove that while Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi delivered the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans into the hand of Esau, the so-called white man, for their iniquity, the enemy showed no mercy and turned a measured correction into a perpetual hatred. They coming for you, Esau, Edom. Them top banging feelings, they coming for all you heathen. And you rebellious Israelites. The pollution of the inheritance, the scriptural fact, I was wroth with my people. I have polluted my inheritance. The application, to pollute the inheritance means Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi allowed the holy people, the 12 tribes, to be stripped of their names, their language, and their land, and to be cast into a state of spiritual uncleanness. As of May 6, 2026, this pollution is seen in the digital bondage and the false identities the heathen has forced upon the Israelites, right? Because Job 9 verse 24. The earth is given into the hand of the wicked. He covereth the faces of the judges thereof. If not, wherein who is he, right? They gave those pale images and those false names, but the truth is out. The truth is out, man. Jeremiah 50 and verse 7, bear with me. All that found them had devoured them, and their adversaries said, we offend not, because they have sinned against Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi, the habitation of justice. Even Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi, the hope of their fathers. You see? They hold themselves not accountable for what y'all done to the Lord's people. Zechariah 2 and verse 8. We'll start at 6, actually. It says, Ho, ho, come forth and flee from the land of the north. North America, saith Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi, for I have spread you abroad as the four winds of the heaven, saith Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi. Deliver thyself, O Zion, that dwellest with the daughter of Babylon, America. For thus saith Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi of hosts, after the glory hath he sent me unto the nations which spoiled you. For he that toucheth you touches the apple of his eye. You see? And all you nations have spoiled the Lord's people. Deuteronomy 32 and verse 43. Rejoice, O ye nations, with his people, for he will avenge the blood of his servants, and will render vengeance to his adversaries, and will be merciful unto his land and to his people. You see, how was Babylon the great built? Off the blood, sweat, and tears of the children of Israel. Because ye were glad, because ye rejoiced, O ye destroyers of mine heritage, because ye are grown fat as the heifer at grass and bellow as bulls. Because of the wrath of Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi, it shall not be inhabited, but it shall be wholly desolate. Everyone that goeth by Babylon, America, shall be astonished and hiss at all her plagues. Put yourselves in array against Babylon round about, all ye that bend the bow. Shoot at her and spare no arrows, for she hath sinned against Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi, right? You're going to be destroyed when World War III gets to its climax. But you devils have to fulfill prophecy. You have to bring that chip to pass, the mark of the beast, the RFID chip, because there's a judgment tied to taking it. You take that chip, the Lord is going to melt you to a crisp in the midst of World War III, along with this great whore, Babylon the Great, America. You see? Y'all gonna stop playing with the Lord, man. Jeremiah 15, verse 33. Thus saith Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi of hosts, the children of Israel and the children of Judah were oppressed together, right here in America. And all that took them captives held them fast. They refused to let them go. They not gonna tell us, okay, we stole y'all heritage, so the Lord's he got something to say for you devils, man. Their Redeemer, he's the Redeemer of the nation of Israel, starting with the elect, is strong. Yahawah, Bahasham Yahawashi of hosts is his name. He shall thoroughly plead their cause, that he may give rest to the land and disquiet the inhabitants of Babylon. A sword is upon the Chaldeans, those elites, saith Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi, and upon the inhabitants of Babylon, which is America, and upon her princes, and upon her wise men. A sword is upon their liars, and they shall dote. A sword is upon her mighty men, and they shall be dismayed. A sword is upon their horses, and upon their chariots, and upon all the mingled people that are in the midst of her, and they shall become as women. A sword is upon her treasures, and they shall be robbed. A drought is upon her waters, and they shall be dried up. For it is the land of graven images, and they are mad upon their idols. You see, Isaiah 66. Little green men from Mars. Come on, man. For behold, Yahawah, Bahasham Yahawashi, will come with fire, and with his chariots like a whirlwind, to render his anger with fury, and his rebuke with flames of fire. For by fire and by his sword will Yahawah, Bahasham Yahawashi, plead with all flesh, and the slain of Yahawah, Bahasham Yahawashi, shall be many. You see? Jude, what is that? 14. And Enoch also, the seventh from Adam, prophesied of these, saying, behold, Yahawah, Bahasham Yahawashi, cometh with 10,000s of his saints. Y'all, you heathen are getting ready to stop playing, man. Thou didst show them no mercy, the scriptural fact, and given them into thine hand. Thou didst show them no mercy. Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi gave Esau a commission to correct Israel, but the so-called white men exceeded that commission through the horrors of the transatlantic slave trade, the Jim Crow era, and the systematic destruction of families. Even as the Great Tribulation begins, the mercy of the heathen is nowhere to be found, as they push for digital IDs and the MOTB, which is the RFID chip, to finalize their total control. Yeah, because they want to play gods. They want to upset prophecy, but it's not going to work, you damn devils. The yoke upon the ancient, the fact upon the ancient, the age, has thou very heavily laid thy yoke. Their interpretation, this describes the physical and mental cruelty inflicted upon the elders and the ancient nation of Israel. The yoke is the physical chains of the past and the digital yoke of the present. The so-called white man has shown no respect for the elders of Israel, forcing them into poverty and to labor, even in their old age. This heavy yoke is the specific reason Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi is now bringing the lake of fire to the daughter of Babylon. You see, Isaiah 47, verse 1. Come down and sit in the dust, O virgin daughter of Babylon. Sit on the ground. There is no throne. You ain't gonna get no NWO. O daughter of the Chaldeans, for thou shalt no more be called tender and delicate. Take the millstones and grind mill. Uncover thy locks, make bare the leg. Uncover the thigh, pass over the rivers. Thy nakedness shall be uncovered. Yea, thy shame shall be seen. I will take vengeance, and I will not meet thee as a man. As for our Redeemer, he's the Redeemer of the nation of Israel. Starting with the elect, Yahawah, Bahasham Yahawashi of hosts is his name, the Holy One of Israel. You see, sit thou silent and get thee in the darkness, O daughter of the Chaldeans, for thou shalt no more be called the lady of kingdoms. That's what's coming. You devils are getting ready to lose. Psalm 137 and verse 7. You're only going to be able to deceive the 2/3. You're not going to be able to deceive the very elect. Thus saith Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi. Psalms 137 and verse 7. Remember, O Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi, the children of Edom, the so-called white man, and the day of Jerusalem, who said, raise it, destroy it, even to the foundation thereof. O daughter of Babylon, that's America, who art to be destroyed. Happy shall he be that rewardeth thee as thou hast served us. Happy shall he be that taketh and dasheth thy little ones against the stone. You see? Ezekiel 39 and verse 23. And the heathen shall know that the house of Israel, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, went into captivity for their iniquity, because they trespassed against me. Therefore hid I my face from them, and gave them into the hand of their enemies. So fell they all by the sword. You see? You devils don't got no power. The Lord cast us down for our iniquities. Isaiah 42. What is that? Bear with me, Salakia. 23. Who among you will give ear to this? Who will hearken and hear for the time to come? Who gave Jacob for a spoil and Israel to the robbers? Did not Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi, he against whom we have sinned? For they would not walk in his ways, neither were they obedient unto his law. Therefore he hath poured upon him the fury of his anger and the strength of battle, and hath set it on fire round about. Yet he knew it not, and it burned him. Yet he laid it not to heart. But let's go to 40. Comfort ye, my people, saith your power. Speak ye comfortably to Jerusalem, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, and cry unto her that her warfare is accomplished. We're almost done with this captivity, and the Lord's getting ready to visit the iniquity of all you heathen. that her iniquity is pardoned, for she hath received of Yahawah, Bahasham Yahawashi hand, double for all her sins. The voice of him that cried in the wilderness, prepare ye the way of Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi. Make straight in the desert a highway for our power. You see? Why it can't be a mistake? According to the facts of the scriptures, this cannot be a mistake, because Zechariah 1 and verse 15 confirms, and I am very sore displeased with the heathen that are at ease, for I was but a little displeased, and they helped forward the affliction. Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi was only a little displeased, but the so-called white man took the opportunity to try and kill and destroy the 12 tribes completely, and he's getting ready to try to do it again. This overstepping is why the 200 million missiles are currently being prepared to incinerate America. Babylon the Great. The proof of accuracy. This cannot be a mistake. It can't be a mistake. These are facts, man. Because the very next verse, Isaiah 47 and verse 7, says, she thought she would be a lady forever. As of May 6, 2026, the Trump administration and the Golden City are still operating in the pride that their digital empire will never fall. But Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi is revealing that the yoke is about to be placed on the neck of the oppressor. Y'all are going into captivity. At the end of this chat, just proves why it can't be a mistake. Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi is the avenger of his people. He is the one who gave us into their hand, and he is the one who will take us out. The no mercy shown by Esau is now being returned to his own bosom. The ancient people are waking up to realize that the yoke is being broken by the return of the king. The word of Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi is infallible. You're not getting away from this judgment, man. You heathen are getting ready to pay. Obadiah 15. The day of the Lord in the future, for the day of Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi is near upon all the heathen. As thou hast done, it shall be done unto thee. Thy reward shall return upon thine own head. Just as you swallowed my people, NLT, on my holy mountain, so you and the surrounding nations will swallow the punishment I pour out on you. Yes, all you nations will drink and stagger and disappear from history. Right, all you heathen. But up on Mount Zion, the elect of the nation of Israel shall be deliverance, and there shall be holiness, and the house of Jacob shall possess their possessions. Zephaniah 3:20. And it reads, and at that time will I bring you again, even in the time that I gather you, for I will make you a name and a praise among all the people of the earth when I turn back your captivity before your eyes, saith Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi. You see, we're in captivity. The Lord's getting ready to turn our captivity. Then say Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi, call his name Lo Ami La Amya, for ye are not my people, and I will not be your power. Yet the number of the children of Israel shall be as the sand of the sea, which cannot be measured nor numbered. And it shall come to pass that in the place where it was said unto them, ye are not my people, there it shall be said unto them, ye are the sons of the living power. Then shall the children of Judah and the children of Israel be gathered together, right, and appoint themselves one head, and they shall come up out of the land, for great shall be the day of Jezreel. What is that? Isaiah 11:11. After this, I'm gonna get this, and I gotta bounce out. Isaiah 11 and verse 11. I believe. And it shall come to pass in that day that Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi shall set his hand again the second time. First time was in ancient Egypt. This time going to be out of Babylon the Great to recover the remnant of his people. Because we're scattered, which shall be left from Assyria and from Egypt and from Pathros and from Cush and from Elam and from Shinar and from Hamath and from the islands of the sea. And he shall set up an ensign for the nations. Listen, and he shall assemble the outcasts of Israel and gather together the dispersed of Judah from the four corners of the earth. The envy also of Ephraim shall depart, and the adversaries of Judah shall be cut off. Ephraim shall not envy Judah, and Judah shall not vex Ephraim. Matthew 24 and verse 31. You devils are through, man. And he shall send his angels with a great sound of a trumpet, and they shall gather together his elect from the four winds, from one end of heaven to the other. John 6 and 40. This only for the nation of Israel, starting with the elect. And this is the will of him that sent me, that everyone which seeth the Son, his name is Yahawashi, and believeth on him, may have everlasting life, and I will raise him up at the last day. Yeah, because the Lord's getting ready to destroy this place. If you're not of the Lord's elect, you will burn in Babylon the Great. That is the lake of fire. You see? Raise him up at the last day. Revelation 11 and verse 12. And they heard a great voice from heaven saying unto them, come up hither. And they ascended up to heaven in a cloud, a so-called UFO. Those are the chariots of the Lord, the chariots of salvation. That's how the elect is getting out of here. And their enemies beheld them. You rebellious Israelites and you heathen are going to see the elect get beamed out of here. In the same hour, there was a great earthquake, nuclear destruction, and the 10th part of the city fell. Babylon is split into 10 FEMA zip codes. And in the earthquake were slain of men 7,000. That's the number of completion. And the remnant, the elect, were affrighted and gave glory to the God of heaven. The second woe was past, and the third woe cometh quickly. Shalom.